In this video, we'll take a look at the OMEGA MS42. We'll power on the device and then walk through the Web GUI interface. But before we do that, let's take a look at what comes in the box. When you open the box, you will find the MS42 unit itself, along with the rack ear to install this inside of a 1U AV rack. This completes the other half of the rack. You'll also find a bag of some accessories. This includes the other small rack ear for the other side of the unit, along with the Phoenix connectors for the audio and the control. And of course, the power supply to get the unit up and running. All right, let's put this on the tech bench and have a look. Here we have the back of the MS42. I have it set up on my tech bench now. The first cable I'm going to connect will be my Ethernet cord. That will go into the black RJ45, that is the LAN port. The blue RJ45 is for the HDBaseT connection. The next cable I'll connect up will be my HDMI for my output to my display. We'll plug that into HDMI output here. Next, I will plug in a second HDMI cord. This will be the source coming from my laptop. I'm going to plug that into the first HDMI, which is input number 3. And now finally I will take and apply the power. Now keep in mind with the power cord, this is a 2-part cord for connector from Atlona. Notice it's got 4 pins on the end of this right here, so it has to line up correctly with the input on the back of the MS42. And it's 2-part because once this is plugged in, to unplug it you first have to slide back and then disconnect the cord. But to connect it, we'll just slide it all the way in, and at that point you'll see the lights begin to flash. Before we log into the Web GUI interface, let's take a look at the front panel. Now that we have it powered on, you can see LED lights indicate the power status. They also indicate which input is routed to output number 1 and which input is routed to output number 2, with toggle buttons to allow you to quickly switch between those, and a toggle button to toggle the display on and off.
Now let's log into the OMEGA MS42 Web GUI interface. To do this, you'll need a couple of things. First, a laptop installed on the same network where the MS42 is installed. Next, you'll need to know the IP address of the MS42 and put that into the web browser on your laptop. To display the IP address of your MS42, press and release the IP mode button to display the IP address of the OMEGA MS42 on the display that is connected to the HDMI out port of your unit. The IP address will be displayed in the upper left corner of the display. Once you have the IP address, put it into your browser's address bar and press enter. You should then see the login screen for the MS42, which looks like the one I have on the screen here now. Now log into the unit. The default username is admin, and the default password is Atlona with a capital A. Then click the submit button to log in. Notice on the info screen which loads, you'll get a message saying, warning, the default password is being used. Please change the password. This is up to you. You can change this to whatever name and password scheme that's appropriate for your installation. Now here on the info screen, that's what we're on at the moment, you will see some system info about your MS42, model name, your current software version, the clock that's loaded, your receiver type if we're connected over HDBaseT to a receiver. And in the video input section, you'll see that output number 1, what display is connected to that and what signal is going to it. And on output number 2, the same information there. Now let's take a look at the AV settings. Do this by clicking on the AV settings tab on your menu bar. The first section you'll see is the video section. And there's some information here regarding matrix mode with static route, and the applications where you would use those. Note the MS42 by default ships with mirror mode enabled. Down here you can see I have a drop-down list for the switching mode. Mirror mode is set by default. I can switch here to matrix mode or to matrix mode with a static route. Below that, I can actually, from the drop-down list, change inputs on the device right from the web GUI. Below that, you have auto switch mode where you can turn auto switching on or off. Remember, with auto switching, when somebody disconnects, the unit will fall back to another input. You can set it to previous, that's the default, or you can fall back to any one of the other available inputs. And below that is the scaler, which can be turned on or off. You have scaling on the HDMI output only with the MS42. Below that, the audio section. Here we can turn the set the audio to follow out the HDBaseT output. It's set to on right now. Audio out the HDMI output, which is also on by default. And audio to the analog output on the back of the device so that you can de-embed the audio and run it out to an external amplifier. And below that, you have the option to de-embed from either the HDBaseT or the HDMI output. And in the last section in this menu setting, we have the HDCP settings. And here you can set the HDCP settings to on or off for any of the available input types. Now let's take a look at the display settings for the MS42. By clicking on display in the menu bar, you'll see you'll have access to your CEC commands. That's Consumer Electronics Control. This is a protocol built into the HDMI protocol. Here you can turn these on and off. This is for the power commands. Below that, you have the system settings where you can choose to enable or disable the auto on feature. The MS42 comes with automatic display control, or ADC. That's the ability to turn a display on or off simply by recognizing when a live signal is connected to the unit. Enable that if you want that feature right here in this system setting. Below that, you can set the auto power timer off. You can also set a lamp cool down timer if you're using a projector. You have the ability to set a display warm-up timer as well. And you can even choose the control type, in this case CEC. If you wanted to control your display via IP, select that, and then note you will get some additional settings to be able to set the IP values for that display as well. And if you choose RS-232, the menu will switch and now give you some additional values for setting the RS-232 commands to control that display as well. Beside the display menu setting, you'll find the RS-232 settings as well. By clicking on this, you can get access to the RS-232 parameter settings. Here you can set the RS-232 over HDBaseT settings, as well as the RS-232 console settings. Now click on the EDID button in the menu bar. Here's where you'll find your ED ID settings, and you can set these for each of the individual inputs. Notice here, as I click the drop-down list, you'll see the different library of settings that we have available already built into the MS42 that can be selected. You can set your own and choose those from memory. Notice the memory space is available down lower here. To set those saved EDID memories, you do that from the EDID saved section. And to do that here, memory 1, you can see I have it set to the EDID on my OMNI-122 device. To do that, I connected that OMNI-112 to my HDMI output. Then I selected HDMI output from the drop-down list. The MS42 read the EDID on the OMNI-112. I then clicked on the Save button, and then that became available to me now in the drop-down list. You see it listed right here. You can configure USB host settings from the USB menu. By default, USB host is set to follow USB. You can change that by clicking the manual option and choosing the USB that you need, or clicking on follow video and choose the USB for each video input that you desire. Under the system option, you'll find your network settings for your MS42. By default, the device is set to DHCP, but by clicking on the IP mode button, you can change this to static if you need to put a static IP address into your unit. We can also change the Telnet login mode, Telnet timeout, or the host name of your device, as well as set the authentication mode for security based on your needs on your network. Down below in the system window, you can set the front panel lock option if you want to lock out the buttons on the front panel. You can factory default your unit if you need to. And this is also the location where you will do firmware updates or velocity updates for controlling the unit.
Now you know the basics to getting started with the OMEGA MS42 matrix presentation switcher. To learn more about this product and the rest of the great products in the OMEGA family, check us out online at Atlona.com.